And one thing I do want to ask, because I think that this has come up, what has been a difference with this presidential administration change versus others? Because you said that you've had experience with many others. So, what is a big differentiator now?
I would say this biggest single thing that I've witnessed is the speed of the change.
Mhm.
I mean, it's as of this recording, 2 weeks since the change in administration. I can't recall a 2-week period that I've ever seen move as fast as this 2 weeks has. Um, and when things are moving fast, you don't have a lot of time to do a lot of analysis. And let's face it, a lot of us working in the grants world, we live and die through analysis of data. We don't sometimes have time to do that. Um, and this goes back to my saying about get comfortable being uncomfortable. Um, when you have to move fast, you just have to figure out what is the next right thing to do. It may be a very small thing, but what's the next right thing to do? Okay, we're watching, we started watching this unfold with USAID when the stop work orders came out. What's the next right thing to do? It may be just reach out to someone who has some expertise in this area, be on social media with something like LinkedIn and start following people who are posting helpful information. We really have to take all the noise and kind of set that aside and try and focus on the people who are actually giving us some actual helpful advice. And then the other thing I would say is as you make the next right decision or do the next right thing is to document it. This often gets missed in a crisis because we think, oh, we don't have time to do that. But even if it's just an email kind of laying out what was the rationale for this next step. And we saw this in previous crises where COVID's a great example where everybody didn't know, you had to make the next right decision, and you got a lot of grace when you were documenting what was going on so that you could say, okay, this was our reason that we did this or that. A lot more than you just are kind of flinging off the walls all over the place. We just don't know how things will shake out entirely, so we just have to do what the next right thing is for our community. Um, and so I know there's been some great tips flowing around. I know Rachel's provided some great tips. The first, I just wanted to throw a couple things in here. And the one is just, first of all, figure out what your risk is. Assess your immediate risk. If you have, and you have DEI programs in your award, you have an immediate risk there. What are you going to do to respond to that? If you are building a highway and you don't really believe you have any risk and you don't see any of those keywords flashing through when you look at your proposals, maybe your risk is lower and you don't have to, respond in quite the same way. Um, so that's, really that you need to know what your risk is. And I'm sure we'll talk some more about that as well, but figure out what are you at risk of being caught up in this, or is it something that you can move a little slower or not? So just do the right next thing. And then do the next right thing after that. I mean, that's what I'd say, because I do not see, if I had a crystal ball, I would not see, or even the magic 8 ball, I don't see things slowing down, at least in the immediate future.
Yeah, the way I've kind of described this shift is, let's say that you're doing a home renovation, you might do sort of one room at a time. They just decided to bulldoze the house, and then they're going to rebuild it the way that they want it. Just, with any new purchase, I mean, even though we're not purchasing the country, but just the idea of remodeling it to the specifications and the things that you feel best reflect how you would want to move forward and living in that house, and they have their priorities. So I see their approach is very different from how it was before, but the intent is still there. So I think that's just the way I would kind of characterize it in the way